Welcome, everybody. My name is Alan Gilliland. I'm the Dean of the Faculty of Fine Arts and Communications at MacEwan University. And we're here today to make a very special announcement. But before we do that, I want to acknowledge that the land on which we gather in Treaty 6 territory is the traditional gathering place for many Indigenous people. We honor and respect the history, languages, ceremonies, and culture of the First Nations, Métis, and Inuit who call this territory home. The First Peoples' connection to the land teaches us about our inherent responsibility to protect and respect Mother Earth. With this acknowledgement, we honor the ancestors and children who have been buried here, missing and murdered Indigenous women and men, and the process of ongoing collective healing for all human beings. We are reminded that we're all treaty people and of the responsibility we have to one another. Now please welcome MacEwan's president, Dr. Annette Trimby, to tell you why we're so excited to have you here today.
Thank you, Dr. Gilliland. Good afternoon, everyone, and thank you so much for joining us today. I would also like to thank our special guests, speakers, and our board members for taking time out of their busy schedules to be with us today. It is with great joy that I announce MacEwan's new degree program, the Bachelor of Fine Arts. We are incredibly proud of our visual, performing arts, and communications programs, and excited to add the new Bachelor of Fine Arts to the mix. Students and faculty members of our Faculty of Fine Arts and Communications are well connected in the community and recognized for their achievements both locally and internationally. It truly has been the creativity and energy of our students, faculty, and alumni that has helped to build MacEwan University's arts legacy over the past 50 years. This past year has taught all of us what it means to pivot and adapt to technology. For our faculty and students in the arts, embracing technology in innovative ways has been a must. With guidance from our amazing faculty, our students have digitized their work from performances and products to exhibitions and more. Together, they have had to reimagine their industry to keep audiences connected and engaged. Despite all of this, their creativity and energy never faded. In fact, they have achieved brilliant accomplishments that can be achieved when we come together, even in a digital, virtual world. The university education isn't just about content, it's about intent. And the Bachelor of Fine Arts is about engaging with and thinking about the world, all through an artistic and creative lens. As Edmonton's downtown university, MacEwan is focused on teaching and mentorship. So as our students pursue their education, they are also adding to the vibrancy of our city and its communities, bringing with them new energy, fresh ideas, and a keen interest in tackling the issues of our time. This is exactly the kind of energy that we need right now. There is talk about the arts leading the revitalization of cities post-COVID. That arts-led city building is at the heart of recovery. I believe that MacEwan University is well positioned to be a part of that drive, and I expect to see our future Bachelor of Fine Arts graduates joining current alumni in helping to look at ways to innovate and shape creative spaces we value. I can't wait to see what they will do in the next 50 years. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Annette. And this is the exact moment that a fanfare would happen, which is usually something I write for these things. I remember writing one actually for the Bachelor of Music when we launched it. But I have this little candle here, so I'll, woohoo, yay, Bachelor of Fine Arts. Poppers and streamers and whatever you want. Anyway, I was just reminded in the chat here that we do have a link in the chat for closed captioned for anybody who wants to use that. So please go into the, hey, look at all those applauses on the side. Nice. So please click that link if you want to use the closed captions. Now we have a very special video message from the Honorable Dimitrios Nicolaides, Minister of Advanced Education.
Hi everyone, I'm Dimitrios Nicolaides, Alberta's Minister of Advanced Education. Happy to be joining you all today in the announcement of MacEwan University's Bachelor of Fine Arts. The fine arts are an integral part of our society, both for the economic and social contributions they make. This field is so essential to the well-being of all Albertans, especially now more than ever. Alberta's government is focused on building skills for jobs, and I am confident that this new program will set students up for success for strong careers in fine arts. The new program also offers students a work-integrated learning opportunity, which is key to giving students a competitive edge. We know that students that have these opportunities earn higher incomes after graduation and are employed faster. The fine arts have shown the positive impacts they have on our society time and time again, and I'm thrilled that MacEwan University will be offering this new, unique program. Congratulations once again to MacEwan University and to all future fine arts students.
Thank you very much, Minister Nicolaides. And I think I must say, as the dean, and I'm sure Annette and Craig, who's about to speak, would say the same thing. We couldn't thank them enough for a time when we are being fiscally responsible and all those kind of things. They still realized the importance of this BFA and approved it just before Christmas, which was a very nice early Christmas gift. And I can also say without hesitation that we would not be here today without the unwavering support of this next speaker, our provost, Dr. Craig Monk. Creating a new degree takes years. This one actually took about 4 or 5 years, and Craig has supported us at every step of the process. Craig?
Thanks, Alan. Really grateful for the work you and your team have done in putting this together and in making sure the finances work as you've outlined. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm pleased to be here to share in the wonderful news about MacEwan University's new Bachelor of Fine Arts. As a leader in these disciplines, MacEwan has always sought to expand and reaffirm our commitment to the arts. The Bachelor of Fine Arts builds on and expands our existing strengths as it provides students with new pathways to success. The Bachelor of Fine Arts will respond to the changing needs of our creative and cultural industries. In emphasizing management savvy as well as intrapreneurial and entrepreneurial skills, this program will provide even more opportunities for students to be leaders in their chosen disciplines. Even though the program is new, it's built on fundamental principles that our university has always followed and is the result of the hard work of our faculty experts. Our focus has always been on the student experience, and throughout its 50-year history, MacEwan has artfully designed educational experiences that are personalized, practical, and inspiring. Those experiences also introduce students to areas of study outside what they already have come to know. MacEwan is focused on finding meaningful engagement for members of our community. In the Bachelor of Fine Arts, this means cross-disciplinary collaboration, including both peers and mentors. We are able to do this with outstanding faculty. I think the president said amazing faculty, so we'll go with amazing faculty, and with, of course, world-class amenities in Allard Hall. A Bachelor of Fine Arts will give students room to learn, to share knowledge, and to take their careers in many different directions. It will prepare MacEwan students to contribute to diverse teams in the arts and beyond. It will allow them to develop the skills to be responsive to that with which the world confronts them. I eagerly await the work future students and BFA alumni will do, and I look forward to visiting the places and the spaces that their expertise, their talents, and their ingenuity will create for us all. Thank you.
Thank you, Craig. I'll go with amazing too. What the heck, eh? As Annette and Craig have mentioned, our diploma programs have produced some of this country's most successful artists, performers, theater technicians, and arts managers for over 50 years. One of our most important partners in the creative industries is the Edmonton Arts Council. To speak about how vital this degree will be to our arts community, please welcome the Executive Director of the Edmonton Arts Council, Sanjay Shahani.
Thank you, Alan, and thank you, all of you, all the honored guests who are on this call. This is a very special day for our city, and the Edmonton Arts Council has a mandate to work with all the artists in the city and all the arts professionals in the city. We are very mindful that having artists in our city, as you know, one of you said, is really key to how we think of our urban spaces, and it's really key to how we think of the kind of city building that we are going to need, especially as our city becomes more diverse in every possible way. The Edmonton Arts Council is very, very proud to be long-standing partner with MacEwan University, and with our new 10-year plan, Connections and Exchanges, there is a vision and to actually build on these partnerships. We are hopeful that the students that MacEwan is going to graduate will stay in Edmonton and will be, sort of instrumental in contributing to the growth of our city, particularly in us becoming a city known for as a city of creativity and culture. That is the future of where we are heading, and especially with the pandemic, I think again the recovery that's going to be led is through the arts, and we need all the creative and youthful minds that we want to lead this recovery. So the Edmonton Arts Council congratulates MacEwan, and I'm very happy to be invited to this event. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Sanjay, and thank you for taking the time out of your busy life to join us here today. It's really great.
Thank you.
So MacEwan, and specifically the Faculty of Fine Arts and Communications, has been on this path for the last, almost 10, 12 years, taking all of our diploma programs and converting them into degrees. But very importantly, holding on to the diploma part of those programs so that students can still take a 2-year diploma and then get out into the industry quicker than maybe a 4-year degree, or complete a baccalaureate degree here. So 10 years ago, we started with communications and music. Just a couple of years ago, we got design. And then we looked at the remaining 4 areas within fine arts and communications and decided to kind of house them all under the idea of a Bachelor of Fine Arts. So within the BFA, we have what we call majors in arts and cultural management, theater production, theater arts, and fine arts. And those majors will all be under the BFA. So what we'd love to do now is introduce you to some of the faculty that teach in those programs and have them talk a little bit about the program within the BFA. So first up, we're going to talk about arts and cultural management, and I consider this major our secret weapon in the BFA. Maybe not as flashy as theater or fine arts, arts and cultural management prepares students for administrative and management roles in the creative and cultural sectors, but it also gives students the skills and knowledge needed to take their own careers to the next level. So to speak to this major, please welcome one of our faculty members from Arts and Cultural Management, Annetta Latham.
Kia ora, tēnā koutou. It is a great joy for me to be part of the launch of the new Bachelor of Fine Arts. This new BFA with a major in Arts and Cultural Management will be one of the few educational opportunities available like this in Western Canada. It'll add value to the creative sector in Canada. It'll bring a depth of learning and management experience to our emerging arts and cultural management leaders. What makes this major in arts and cultural management so valuable is its strength of learning that it offers our students, its breadth and depth of knowledge that will be developed within the creative sector. This 4-year degree will allow our students to immerse themselves in their learning and to gain management and entrepreneurial skills. It's an exciting time, as the others have said, in history to be part of launching this major, as the world is thinking about next steps as we recover from the pandemic, with governments looking to the creative and cultural tourism sectors to play a major part in this recovery. This major raises the profile of arts and cultural management in our careers locally, nationally, and internationally. The arts and cultural management students will be learning from cultural sector professionals and our skilled faculty team, who are all engaged in the arts and cultural sector directly through creative and innovative research. The degree will strengthen these links and will provide the opportunity to develop greater learning in arts law, senior leadership, cultural entrepreneurship, and community development and engagement. The Arts and Cultural Management major will be offered face-to-face with students in the classroom when we're allowed back, and online. We're really excited about offering one of Canada's only arts and cultural management degrees fully online, allowing students to enrol and complete the degree locally, nationally, or internationally. This online opportunity provides us with the ability to think about how we continue to move forward in developing and engaging in an innovative digital environment that enriches our students' learning. This degree provides us with the opportunity for greater depth of learning within the framework of community engagement. This relationship will be developed further over 4 years of this degree, and it's one of our biggest strengths. This engagement with our community will be played out in providing opportunities like placemaking projects, field placement opportunities, and other community-based learning. Community engagement is intrinsic and interwoven into this degree and into this major. It means that our arts and cultural management emerging leaders at the completion of this fantastic degree will have spent 4 years engaging in work integrated learning experiences in the sector with our community partners and organisations. Thank you, Alan.
Thank you so much, Annetta. I actually told Annetta to keep her sticky board up there because it kind of looks like she's hunting a serial killer. So we thought a few more red strings and it'd be really fun. Anyway, thanks so much for that, Annetta. And I think that's so key what you were saying about the arts management. I mean, the arts management part of the BFA is one of the unique things about this BFA from other BFAs across the country. And it's always been at the focus of our fine arts and performing arts training here at MacEwan that we also ground people in the business side of the arts and the management side of the arts so that they can succeed once graduating from our programs. And so having this 4-year major will be incredible. I just got a little reminder to say, make sure to share your screens, talkers, when you do your thing. The next major is music theater performance. As we all know, Edmonton is one of the most vibrant theater communities in the country. I believe this is largely due to the incredible theater arts diploma created many years ago by Timothy Ryan, which continues to produce many of the performers you see every day on stages in Edmonton and around the world. So please welcome the coordinator of theater arts, Dawn Sadoway, to talk about the new major in music theater performance.
Thank you, Alan. It's a pleasure to be here. Can everyone see my screen?
Yeah.
Yay. The BFA in Music Theatre Performance is one of Canada's few degree-granting triple threat training programs. It is designed to educate and train artists who are well prepared to not only tackle a variety of careers in the theatre and other creative industries, but to be an asset to any industry where there is a need for strong vocal and physical communication skills. There are several significant benefits to training at MacEwan. Oh, I can't seem to control this right now. There we go. First of all, our spaces. Allard Hall, a state-of-the-art facility, is home to, yay, it's working, the 450-seat Truffaut Theatre with some of the latest technical equipment and outstanding acoustic properties. The 150-seat Theatre Lab is a flexible space that is able to be configured into a theatre in the round, a thrust stage configuration, an alley, or a more typical proscenium-style theatre space. We have impressive large training studios. Here you see one of our dance studios. This is a rehearsal hall. And we also have several small vocal training studios and individual rehearsal practice rooms. Another benefit is our program of study. The BFA program of study as a whole has a depth and breadth that allows students from different programs and faculties to connect, ensuring an exciting exchange of ideas and experiences. One of the most exciting opportunities for hands-on performance experience is our well-subscribed theater season. We provide quality, professional experience through the production and public performance of Broadway musicals and plays. And of course, one of our biggest strengths is our faculty. Our faculty consists of award-winning theater artists and educators who are still active in their fields of study. They provide some of the most relevant and up-to-date educational opportunities for our students and assist them in building connections to creative industries after graduation. As a whole, MacEwan's BFA allows for significant opportunities to link the arts, sciences, management, and industry to ensure our world's technological growth is meaningful and grounded in the human experience. We're already test driving some of these new relationships. For example, theater and nursing have been collaborating on a simulation program where graduate actors simulate patients and provide meaningful hands-on learning experiences for future nurses. We have graduates who are using their performance training to further their research and careers in psychology, speech language pathology, elite performance practices, education, television, technology, leadership, coaching. The list goes on. We are thrilled to be poised and ready to offer our students even more depth and breadth when it comes to this kind of training and to build upon furthering connections to all kinds of industry. Yes, we are ready to offer some of the best triple threat actor training in this country, but we're also aware that performing arts training is not for the stage performer alone. Theater training is life training. The benefits to our future communicators, those interested in a wide variety of careers, are all evident. We are excited about building and celebrating new approaches to performing arts training and to lead students not only to the theater stages of the world, but also to positions within industry where skilled communicators are an asset. MacEwan knows that a deeper and richer understanding of anything that builds connections between human beings can be used to build understanding and tolerance and freedom from oppression of any sort. We are very excited about playing our part in building deeper connections and creating well-rounded, exciting performing artists who can contribute to the many facets of the world's ever-changing industries and job markets. Thank you, Alan.
Thank you so much, Dawn. That was fantastic. I, for one, am only a single threat, but I'm glad you're teaching triple threats. When we originally planned this event, we hoped it was going to actually happen in person, not only because it's much more fun to hang out in person, but because you would have been able to see our fine art grad show, which is up currently in the Mitchell Art Gallery. So if you Google MacEwan University Mitchell Art Gallery, you'll find the gallery's website, where there is a virtual 360-degree tour of the incredible work of our fine art grads. So to talk about the new major in studio arts, please welcome faculty member Elizabeth Beliveau.
Hello, hi. I just want to make sure everyone can see my screen and hear me okay?
Great.
Okay, thanks, Alan. Okay, so my name is Elizabeth Beliveau, and I am the program coordinator for Studio Arts. In Studio Arts, we value experiential learning with a hands-on approach, including project-based coursework, creative research, off-site engagements with arts and culture venues, and professional skills to work in the field of contemporary art. Our dedicated faculty maintain professional art and research practices, bringing a range of experience, equipping students in skills, including performance and sound art, painting, drawing, video, animation, sculpture, installation, fiber arts, art history, and more. In this interdisciplinary environment, students are challenged to think critically and creatively about contemporary art. We offer space and facilities for innovation, production, and dissemination of contemporary art in traditional and emerging forms. Students gain skills necessary to work in the dynamic professional art world, including project management, collaboration, and communication. The Studio Arts BFA offers competitive scholarships, prizes, and opportunities for undergraduate student research funding. Students also have access to events and programming in the John and Maggie Mitchell Art Gallery, including visiting artists, curators, and speakers throughout their studies. Volunteer opportunities exist with a focus on providing practical learning opportunities in a gallery setting. Upon graduation, students participate in a professional public exhibition. With the 4-year BFA, students will be prepared to enter the contemporary art world equipped with community connections, a professional body of work, and confidence to participate in critical art discourse. As Alan mentioned, you can view the current exhibition online. There's a 360-degree tour, or you can drop by outside of Allard Hall, where students are projecting videos and animations on the windows. So very exciting, and thanks to the MAG for all their support in helping us share our student work with the public right now. Nanas Kontin, thank you, merci.
Thank you so much, Elizabeth. Yeah, it's very cool. We decided to project some artwork on the outside of the building this year, just because it's so hard to get inside the building. And so if you go to the northeast corner of Allard Hall, you can see the projections there, and it's very exciting stuff. The final major within our BFA is theater production. This major focuses on the incredible work that goes on behind the stage. Here in Allard Hall, we have 3 world-class spaces, as Dawn pointed out, where students can hone their crafts in props and set construction, lighting, sound, and video, costumes, and scenic painting. You might also be interested to know that we were actually able to do 2 productions this past year, even with the COVID restrictions. Though we could not have an audience, we were able to build beautiful sets, costumes, and lightings for Into the Woods and Urinetown, and students were still able to put on a show. So it was really great. We were actually still able to do that. So please welcome faculty member José Chartrand to discuss the new major in theater production.
Thank you, Alan. The theater production major within MacEwan's new Bachelor of Fine Arts is a natural continuation of its already strong 2-year diploma. It prepares students for dynamic career opportunities in the arts and entertainment sector as technicians, artisans, craftspeople, and managers. The BFA is built with advancing levels of artisan, technical, and stagecrafts that train students in the fundamental areas of theater production. Those industry standard skills are then applied to the core component of our program, production. Working independently and collaboratively within their creative teams, students will apply classroom lessons as crew members and eventually leaders to produce and support the Department of Theatre's live performance season. Stage management, technical direction, and production management positions will also be available to senior students. These positions each have 300 and 400 level classes dedicated to their training, with assistant level positions in production available to 2nd and 3rd year students. This escalating level of responsibility and leadership within the production hierarchy allows for hands-on work experience learning and peer mentorship. Already one of the greatest strengths of our Department of Theatre is that the students are taught and mentored through their programs by teaching artists, bringing experiences from the field into the classroom. This will only continue as new faculty are brought on to cover the additional classes of the BFA. Some of those additional classes include introductory theatre design courses, along with other options from within the Faculty of Fine Arts and Communications, including some highly anticipated interdisciplinary classes required across all of the BFA majors. These classes will be customizable to each student's program of study and will round out their education while catering to their interests. Specializations will also allow graduates to engage in more advanced opportunities within the performance and presentation industries than the current diploma allows.
Thank you so much, Jose. So in just a couple of minutes, we're going to ask you that are all joining us on this call if you actually have any questions for us. So if you do have a question, you can start typing it into the chat, and we will answer them in the order that they come in. But before they do that, I want to just touch on one more thing that Jose mentioned at the end of her presentation there, and that's about the interdisciplinary courses. One of the things I'm most proud of in this new degree is that, unlike many BFAs and other universities, the 4 majors in our BFA do not exist in silos. Instead, they share courses across each major, which opens up the opportunity for some exciting interdisciplinary collaborations. There are 2 required courses that students have to take. One's called First Peoples in the Arts, and another called Making a Career in the Arts. And then we have all sorts of really interesting options. One of them, for example, is the Arts in Urban Regeneration. We have a community engagement project, and we also have interdisciplinary arts projects. And I'm so excited with the idea of these 4 majors. And to tell you the truth, not just the 4 majors, but communication students, design students, and music students taking these interdisciplinary arts projects and seeing what kind of art they create coming together in a classroom situation like this. It's going to be super exciting. So now we would like to open this up and see if you have any questions. If you do, please type them into the chat, like I said, and we will answer them in the order that they come in. Aha, here's the first question. Excellent. Will former diploma grads of the majors have to re-audition to complete a 4-year degree, or will their previously completed diploma allow them to continue their studies? Over to you, Dawn.
Yes, you will have to apply, and I'm right now we're just working out what all of the components of a potential audition will be, but there is an application process. but stay tuned. We'll be sending out information to all of our alumni and as well as our current students about this process.
And Dawn, just to follow up that on a little bit, I was just, so if you're currently in the diploma and you complete next, well, I guess, yeah, in 2022, you could then go on without a reapplying, could you, in that diploma, or do you think that
Yeah,
will also...
That's my understanding, Alan. So
Yeah.
I think students that are currently in the program, because the program is now being designed to morph gently into the BFA itself, then that won't be an issue. But for past graduates, there will be former graduates. Yeah, there'll be an application process.
Yeah, I think within the music degree, we said if you were more than a year out, you had to re-audition.
Right.
All right, excellent question. And the only one I've got in the chat so far. Are we going to get off that easy is the question. I'll just wait a few more seconds to see if there are any more questions. Certainly the four of you did an amazing job of giving an overview of those majors, so you probably answered all of everybody's questions. Phone just beeped. Oh, somebody wants to know who the voice singing teachers will be. Over to you again, Dawn.
Yeah, our current voice instructors are outstanding. They include Renee Brad, Danica Hoffert, David Wilson, and myself, Dawn Sadoway, and so those will be the four moving forward into the BFA as well.
Here comes another one. Are Edmontonians able to book various venues and equipment? Wow, that's a great question. Yes, we actually are able to, we certainly book out the Truffaut Theatre, the Betty Andrews, the Theatre Lab, many spaces within Allard Hall, and where you have to go is to conference and event services, and they will work out booking of various venues, and they certainly are great. We've been doing, I mean, this is pre-COVID, but this would have been our fourth year in Allard Hall, and certainly in those first 3 years, Truffaut Theatre and the Betty Andrews were becoming very popular for just one-off performances and events, but also as the new home of Ballet Edmonton, also as a place for the jazz festival to happen in the summer. All sorts of cool stuff were going on there. Do you have plans for industry guests to come in to teach, even if they are not master's level and up? Absolutely. Does anybody else, anybody, Jose, Elizabeth, want to talk about the kind of industry people that you bring into your majors?
Jose, do you want to start?
I just have an example from this year, yes, where we've actually been bringing a lot of stage managers in from the industry for over the past 2 years. And that's been an amazing opportunity for the time being, because we don't actually teach any of our stage management classes. And so that's been a really amazing opportunity for the students to then mentor underneath the professional stage managers from the industry. And so we're just really excited to be bringing more people in to be teaching those classes as well. But I don't have any names, so hopefully Elizabeth has some examples.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I'm really grateful for the visiting artist and scholar funds that we do have access to. So this year we were able to bring in Carmen Papalia and Sobe award-winning Stephanie Comalang to do workshops and talks with our students to enhance our curriculum and to respond to student requests for different kinds of expertise in the field. In terms of educators coming in, we hire new sessionals every year. We're growing as a faculty, and every new faculty brings their experience to our curriculum, including new intermediate skills, fiber skills. I hope that answers that question. But we continue to be engaged with our students and the kinds of contemporary art they're interested in, and inviting guests to come and infuse our program. And we're really grateful for that. It's been wonderful. Thanks.
And Anna, did you want to add anything?
Yeah, it's I like the other departments for other cultural management. It's critical for us. We have our professionals from the sector who are part of our sessional teaching team, which is fantastic because the students have access to people who are doing the creative as their day-to-day world. It's absolutely brilliant, and we continue to bring more and more sessionals on board, and the students get to develop the relationship. So over 4 years, they are really going to have a wonderful network of professionals that they can reach out to. So yeah, we absolutely we do that, and we'll continue to do that as the program expands.
Excellent. Dawn, anything to add?
No, other than we're also, as a faculty, working on some interesting mentorship programs, not only within our student body itself, but also with collaborative mentorships within the industry. So that's also in the works and an ongoing project for us.
Fantastic. The questions are pouring in. Robin Ailes, who is a faculty member in theater production, just wanted to remind you all of some of the timelines going on. So applications for the new BFA open in October, which means the first intake of first-year students will be September of 2022, which means the first graduating class will be 2024. And in September of 2022, what we will do is we will roll out the first year of the BFA, and then we will also roll out the third year at the same time, so that the students who are in second year can move on to third year. Will there be any additional live performance in theater music season with the extension of the program? It is our intention to get up to 4 shows a year. We cut back to 2 this year because of COVID. Normally we do 2 big main stage musicals and 1 in the theater lab. The hope is as we move forward and grow that we will have 2 main stage musicals again and then 2 theater lab shows. Is that right, Dawn? Did I get that right? Excellent, thank you. Aside from the 2 required courses mentioned for all majors, how many other course options will be shared between the 4 majors, and do we have any idea of what some of these courses will be? Somebody want to talk a little bit about that? Anybody?
Yeah, I'm happy to speak to this.
Great, thanks.
This is already happening. We already have opportunities, and certainly in arts and cultural management, where other students can join those classes. For instance, Foundation of Arts and Cultural Management, which is AGAD 100, but we're also teaching event management online, and we've intentionally planned and delivered that program so it's online, so that design students, theatre students, studio art students can take that course, as well as arts and science students they're able to take that course. It's online and it doesn't interrupt with their lab times, their studio times, or their theatre production times. So there are quite a number of courses that are available in arts and cultural management that can be taken by other students, and we also have arts and cultural management minor in arts and science with arts and science faculty.
Fantastic, thanks, Annetta. Somebody's asking about, that's actually Myrna, our VP External Relations, not just anybody, about community engagement. And so I was just wondering, Elizabeth, do you want to talk a little bit about some of the community engagement you do currently and plan to do with the Studio Arts major?
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, currently we work really closely with the John and Maggie Mitchell Art Gallery, and there are programs being launched right now for the summer where we have mentorship programs where artists and community will work with recent graduates over the summer in a really second year iteration of this mentorship program. There are into courses that are being developed that will launch in a year, I guess, when things are rolling, that are about community development, about community engaged projects. We definitely do a lot of, another thing to mention is a lot of faculty do research, and we often hire research assistants, which can be our students or recent graduates, to bring the work that we do into the public realm as well. So I'm sure I'm missing out on a lot of projects we've undertaken, but yeah, thanks for the question.
Oh, that's fantastic. I know in arts and cultural management, even in a 2-year diploma now, we have a very robust practicum where students go into the workplace and do work integrated learning. I was wondering, Jose, and theater production, is in those upper years, will there be opportunities for more work integrated learning and practicums?
Ultimately, the program itself is the work integrated learning opportunities that come from the program. And so the students are working with monitors and instructors who are industry professionals, and then they work to realize the shows internal to MacEwan, which themselves are a community-based opportunity as well, because we invite all of our audiences are invited from the Edmonton community to come in and to see our work. So it's a really amazing showcase of what it is that we do. And then there are also smaller performances too that are, I don't know, Don, if you wanted to talk more about maybe the first year performances as well and how those relate to the public.
Yeah, the public is in and out of our building and in and out of our programs all the time, including and industry professionals as well. But there are plans in the work for building upon these connections, and also, you know, a talk of creating a summer season, including in which we can foster opportunities for faculty and alumni. So there's lots of plans and thinking in the works that will certainly build upon these relationships. Pretty exciting.
Great. Thank you so much. Laurie Fagnon, hi Laurie, how are you? Says, it's not really a program question, but was asking as there are some good spaces with natural reverb appropriate and gratifying for a choral concert. I will say the Trifle Theatre is definitely designed as a I don't want to say dead space, but a space that is not reverberant. We have found though that the Betty Andrews actually is quite a lovely space. For a while, Pro Choral was rehearsing in there, and they were actually doing some recording in there. It's not super reverberant, but it's actually quite lovely. And then we've always thought there's a potential in our atrium, which is fantastic when it comes to reverb, but we would have to lock all the doors and make sure people aren't like walking into the concert halfway through and saying, hey, what's that? But that space itself is really incredible. So that's a long answer, yes. And the short answer, say, yeah, please talk to us. We'd love to have you here. So it looks like the questions have ran out. I'll give you one last second to squeeze any. Oh, I see Samantha is typing another question. One more, she says. Watching the little fingers go. Yeah, when Laurier, when we opened the building 4 years ago, we did a lovely little choir and fanfare thing in the atrium. It was really, really fantastic. Annette says she sees lots of opportunities to partner with other post-secondaries. Yes, definitely, Annette. I mean, I think in many ways, those relationships have existed for a long, long time, and I think they're going to get just stronger and stronger, not only as we have our now baccalaureate students, and we'll start to develop even stronger relationships with schools where we want them to go on to graduate studies, but also just opportunities to share art, to share what we do with one another. Okay, here's the last question. In Alberta and beyond, for example, in arts and cultural management, giving the flexibility of in-person and online, she knows a lot of interest from Indigenous communities across Canada. I'm not sure if this is a question.
Well, that's connected to my original question. Sorry.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Annette. Why don't you just talk since you're here?
No, I'm so excited about the arts and culture management. Actually, all parts of it. The fully online complements so much of what's offered in other places. And I know a lot of Indigenous communities in Manitoba and Alberta, the students get really excited about this as a possibility. And coming from Winnipeg with their new art gallery, their new Inuit offerings and so on, like I just know that this is a really exciting field. And there are several schools across Canada that would probably like to partner with us. And, you know, this will extend their offerings and possibly extend ours, right?
Absolutely. Yeah, we were trying and are still trying to build a relationship with Treaty 7, who specifically reached out to arts and cultural management and theater production because there's a lack of Indigenous trained artists, producers, and arts managers, and they wanted to build that, and we were trying to build an online thing that we could offer to them, and we're still interested in that. So yeah, there is a huge need and a want for that across the country. Absolutely. Yeah, thanks. That's the last of the questions, says Samantha. So we are going to wrap it up. I want to say thank you to everybody for joining us on this really, really exciting day. You know, hold up my number 4. I remember I picked a 4 because it's 4 majors. I thought that's a good idea. I want to thank this opportunity to put a tie on for the first time in 13 months and a jacket, to tell you the truth. Happy actually the shirt fits still. But I'd also like to thank all the speakers for their thoughtful and inspirational words. I'd like to thank all of our board members, donors, and alumni who joined us here today. And I'd also especially like to thank the Office of University Relations and Communications and Marketing for all their help putting this together and making it turn out quite smoothly, quite incredible. There are great things ahead for Edmonton's Downtown University, and we look forward to sharing with you the incredible work created by our new BFA students starting in the fall of 2022. Thank you everybody for joining us. Keep in touch. We have a website now, so you can go get all the information you want on our website about the BFA. Thank you, everyone.